Friday morning, nearly the weekend. It's 4:30 in the morning. Had a better night's rest last night, feeling nice and fresh. Had a good gym session yesterday, as you guys will see up on the channel. Today is the last day of cycle 1. So yeah, end of the week. Just have squats left, and then we get to rest for the weekend from weight training. I'm going to do a long run this weekend. My running partner and I said we're going to try an 8 kilometer. So yeah, that should be interesting. Kind of looking forward to that. Haven't done that in a long time, but I think my legs are ready. So squat day. Kind of excited for today because I think I will do quite well. Obviously the weight is lighter, using a percentage of my training max. And I'm going to do my best to try hit just below parallel instead of going all the way down. Not that there's anything wrong with all the way down, but I need to start conditioning myself to not drop as deep, as it's not giving me any advantage in the powerlifting. In terms of hypertrophy, it's always good to go as deep as you can, get that full range of motion, and it creates a bit more time under tension. So I'll still be doing a few of those for warm-up. But for my working sets, let's say, I'll be trying to hit just below parallel. That's going to be legal in the powerlifting meet, and then coming up again. And then for the last set, I'm not even sure what weights I have to use. I haven't looked at my plan at all. I'm assuming it's somewhere around 120 kilograms. Yeah, I'll have a look now, but I'm pretty sure for my last set, or my AMRAP set, I can do quite a lot of those. So kind of excited to push myself there and get a good leg pump. For accessory work, I'm doing some leg extensions, and I can't remember what else. I'll let you guys know on the screen here. And then what isn't planned is calves, but like I've told you guys before, calves are an aesthetic muscle that I really like, so I'm going to just be hammering my calves afterwards. It obviously helps my run as well. I don't feel like I've been getting shin splints as much, and some leg fatigue. It helps with the hill climbing. So yeah, we've got a good day ahead of us. If you enjoy watching this, like it and subscribe. I'm really trying to grow this community where you guys can, just trying to help you guys and show you what I'm doing, trying to be as transparent as possible. That's why I'm doing this kind of format. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, just trying to show you what you can do as a natural lifter, how to get big, how to get strong, how to stay fit, and how to enjoy your gym sessions. So yeah, you guys go one up yourselves and enjoy the weekend. Alright, so prior to this I did some body weight squats, not with a bar, so I felt comfortable enough to be able to move on to 60 kilograms, or 65 kilograms as you can see. I still went nice and deep just for my warm-up sets, which are 3 sets. I can benefit from the full range of motion. The hypertrophy benefits don't hurt either. Onto 80 kilograms. Still felt really strong on this. 3 repetitions just as a warm-up. Small bump up to 90 kilograms. Yeah, try to start getting used to the parallel movement, or just below parallel. Not going as deep as possible like I normally would. Burn onto the triple digits. Yeah, I did my best to just hit parallel. I'd like you guys' inputs. Tell me, especially those that know or have done powerlifting, whether that would be a good squat for a legal lift. Onto my last working set. Just felt try to get my depth so I can see myself in the mirror where I'm hitting parallel or just below, so don't overdo it. Yeah, I put the belt on just so that I can start getting used to it. Then felt I need it. In fact, I do feel I'm weaker with a belt. Perhaps I'm keeping it too tight or pulling it too tightly against my waist. Prefer a little bit more flexibility on the up, with the belts pressing quite hard on my torso, stomach, so maybe I am keeping it too tight, but that's why I've been wearing it on my last sets, just so that I can start getting used to it and adjusting it accordingly. Perhaps get a new belt if I need to. These squats felt really good to me. Even though it looks like I am struggling, I felt quite strong. 10 reps AMRAP. Onto some walking lunges. I alternated these with a bar and body weight. Feel walking lunges are a very important leg movement. Not only do you get that full range of motion, but it's good for your balance, good for the tendons, your ligaments, anything that's a bit more dynamic as opposed to static. You can only do well. Could only be anything that's dynamic and not static can only be beneficial to you. And it gets the heart rate really racing. My rest periods were quite short between these. I would say about a minute. So I got a really nice pump in the legs and my heart rate was quite high. I felt really out of breath. I generally prefer EZ bar. I put the curved part on my back. Just easier for me to hold it. Straight bar is just cumbersome, can roll off your neck. The EZ bar, if you get tired, you can always just hold it with one hand, or if you need to wipe sweat out of your eyes. So I've just always been an EZ bar lunger. Whatever works for you. Always try to get a nice stretch in my hind leg. Doesn't help, you just keep the forward leg bent. Your glutes will really thank you by stretching that hind leg and pressing off of it. And back to the bar. Really getting tired and shaky at this point. Feel my blood sugar. Just because I'm not fit. And I suppose doing this after a squat AMRAP, even though it was light, was quite demanding. Here's a different angle, just so you have an idea of how I bend my knees, what angles I use. There's nothing wrong with having your knees past your toes a little bit. You just don't want to be excessive.
Although here I feel I'm pretty 90 degrees with my front leg. Getting good stretch. Onto leg extensions. I really like this exercise for quads. Always try and go full range of motion. Stretch all the way at the bottom. I see a lot of guys either working at the bottom half or only the top half. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's your goal dependent. I just personally prefer to do a full range of motion. It gives me a bit more time under tension for my quads. And the stretch gets nice blood flow. Nothing wrong with doing a little bit of long length negatives towards the end or to finish your set off. Like I said, it's just personal preference for me. I like to always go full range of motion on this. Feels like I don't put too much pressure on my knees or that I'm wearing my joints out. Didn't go too heavy. It's an accessory workout. I think I was about 50 kilograms on this. I've always found it helps to really push your lower back into the back of the seat and to grab onto the handles, especially when you're using a heavier weight. I think you're leaving a couple of repetitions behind by not pulling yourself in, really isolating the quads. Start to rock forward with your hips or your back. Yeah, grab on, pull yourself in, isolate your legs, rep them until you feel that burn, which by this point I started. Forcing that blood into the quads. You guys will all know how painful it starts to feel eventually. It's just a different angle so you can see how high up I come, pretty much straight, parallel to the ground with my calves. Quads are looking pretty pumped by this point, if I may say so myself, even though I feel my legs are a lot smaller with my frequent running recently.